Hey everyone, I'm Clara Bennett, 35, and despite building a thriving career in sustainable architecture, I've never measured up in my father's eyes. The annual family reunion was looming, and this year, I dreaded it more than ever. I'd bought him a custom solar-powered golf cart as a peace offering, hoping for a change. Little did I know, tucked in my bag was a document that would rewrite my story. By the end of the night, I'd finally understand why my father never loved me. Let me know where you're watching from and hit like and subscribe if you've ever stood up to someone who couldn't see your worth. Trust me, this story might spark the courage you need. Growing up in a wealthy Seattle suburb, our family seemed flawless to outsiders, but behind closed doors, it was a different world. My father, William Bennett, grew his construction empire from humble roots into a multi-million-dollar firm. He prized success, prestige, and control above all, even family bonds. From my earliest memories, he wasn't the dad who showed up to recitals or helped with projects. He was the critic who said my A grades should have been A's, who asked why I wasn't class president, who called second place the first loser. My mother, Eleanor, was his opposite kind and warm when he wasn't around, but she shrank in his presence, never challenging him, never defending us kids when his critiques cut too deep. I didn't grasp this dynamic until I was older, how her eyes flicked to him before answering even simple questions about weekend plans. My siblings and I grew up in this tense family structure. My older brother, Nathan, 3 years my senior, was the golden child. He excelled in soccer, aced exams, dated the right girls from the right families, and joined Dad's firm after graduating from his alma mater. Everything seemed effortless for Nathan, or so it looked to me. He knew how to please Dad while I always misstepped. My younger sister, Lily, 2 years behind me, navigated Dad's approval system better than I ever could. She wasn't Nathan's overachiever, but her charm and knack for reading the room let her soften Dad's dark moods. She was the peacemaker, slipping into my room after his harsh words to say it wasn't as bad as it felt, but for me, nothing sufficed. I graduated top of my high school class, earned a full scholarship to UC Berkeley, but Dad pushed for his alma mater, seeing my choice as a rejection of his legacy. In college, I juggled 2 jobs while keeping my GPA high. Yet during breaks, he'd ask why I wasn't interning at top firms. After graduation, I declined his lukewarm offer to join his company, knowing I'd be a pity hire. Instead, I moved to San Francisco with a backpack and grit, crashing on a friend's floor while pitching to every architecture firm I could find. When I landed an entry-level role at Eco Design Studio, his response was, "Let's see if you survive a month." I didn't just survive, I thrived for 10 years, climbing the ranks without connections, driven by passion and a need to prove him wrong. Last month, I was named Lead Sustainable Design Director, the youngest in the firm's history. The salary boost let me buy a chic loft in the Mission District and still save. With those savings, I bought a custom solar-powered golf cart for Dad's birthday, hoping this eco-friendly gesture would finally make him see me as successful. The cart cost a year's salary, but I told myself it'd be worth it to hear him say he was proud. Looking back, that need for validation shaped every choice I made. My achievements weren't for me, they were weapons in a losing battle for his love. The Bennett family reunion always fell on the last weekend of June, doubling as a celebration of William Bennett's dominance. This year, I aim to stand out with that solar-powered golf cart, tailored to Dad's love for golf and his boasts about green tech at his club. As the date neared, my anxiety spiked. I spent weeks picking the perfect outfit, professional yet approachable, a forest green blazer dress from a designer Mom said he admired, paired with minimalist silver jewelry and understated heels. The routine felt desperate, a 35-year-old still chasing approval. Past reunions haunted me. At 15, when I won a national design contest, he asked why I wasn't focusing on engineering. since designers are a dime a dozen. My summa cum laude degree earned a comment that architecture was risky compared to construction. My first big project bonus prompted him to call sustainable design glorified tree hugging. Nothing was ever enough, always diminished by his doubt. This year brought a deeper shock. 3 months ago, a DNA test I took for fun revealed I didn't share Dad's genetic markers. Stunned, I discreetly got a second test using his toothbrush during a visit home. The results, now sealed in an envelope in my bag, were undeniable. They explained the lifelong sense of being an outsider, the subtle differences no one named, the coldness from a man who showed basic warmth to his other kids. I suspected he knew, and that knowledge tainted every moment we'd shared. The day before the reunion, I delivered the golf cart to my parents' sprawling Seattle home, timing it when Mom was at her book club for a private moment. Dad answered, dressed in his usual sharp polo, annoyed at the interruption. "Clara, you're early. The reunion's tomorrow," he said, glancing at his watch. "I know. Dad, I brought your birthday gift early," I said, heart racing as I handed him a box with the cart's key, the Eco brand logo clear. He opened it with detached politeness, his face shifting to surprise. "Is this a prank?" he asked. I led him to the window, where the sleek cart gleamed in the driveway. His shock faded to his usual scrutiny. "This is over the top. Clara, what's your angle?" he asked, heading outside, key in hand. "Nothing." I lied. I got a big promotion and wanted to do something special. He inspected the cart like a building site, questioning its battery life and cost, his thanks curt, followed by, "You must be flush to throw money at this." I called my friend Mia from my hotel, choking back tears. "Take it back," she urged. "He doesn't deserve it." I clung to hope that he'd soften in front of others, but Mia warned, "Don't show him that test unless you're ready for war." The envelope stayed with me, a secret I couldn't release. Sunday's perfect weather mocked the storm brewing. I drove the long way to my parents' estate, rehearsing answers to questions about my single status at 35. My knuckles whitened as I pulled into the driveway, lined with Teslas and BMWs. The golf cart was now front and center, a trophy for Dad's ego. I smoothed my dress, checked my reflection, and walked in with boardroom poise. Mom greeted me warmly, whispering, "You look radiant," before adding, "Your father's in the backyard with his partners." The foyer buzzed with relatives and Dad's business allies, always invited to our family events. Aunt Susan, Mom's sister, asked about my love life while Uncle Ted boomed. "There's our green architect," a phrase that had irked Dad if he heard. Dad entered from the garden with his associates, laughing at their mild jokes, his gaze sweeping past me with a nod. "No warmer than for distant cousins," Mom said. "Your father mentioned the cart. So generous. Clara." Her eyes worried. I nodded, showing off the cart outside, basking in praise I'd never aimed at me. Nathan arrived late with his wife, Olivia, Ethan and their picture-perfect twins, earning Dad's hearty embrace. "Dad, Ethan, that golf cart's wild," he said. Dad clapped his back. "You reward hard work, son," erasing my role. Lily hugged me, whispering, "Your promotion's incredible, Claire Bear." Her sincerity soothed, but Dad's dismissal burned. I saw Ethan lead a group to the cart, showing it off. "He's been at it all day," Lily said, handing me wine. "Mom told me you bought it. So generous." I confessed. I just wanted him to see me as successful. She squeezed my arm. "It's not pathetic, but Dad can't give you what you need. Something's off with him about you." Her words hit hard, the envelope growing heavier. The living room's stiff decor mirrored our family, polished but cold. I sat by a window, watching Nathan hold court with a story about his latest project, Dad nodding proudly. "That's the Bennett Drive," he said, seeing value where others don't. It's in the blood. The irony stung. Uncle Richard asked about my promotion, but Dad cut in. She's got a decent role, but architecture's shaky. Construction's solid, I countered. My designs cut energy costs by 30%, adopted by our firm's global projects. He waved it off. Drawings. Wait till the next downturn. Overheard in his study. He told a guest. The cart built my empire from scratch earned it. When the guest mentioned my gift, he said, Clara's always chasing approval. Her success comes from my lessons. His erasure of my work sparked fury. Nathan pulled me aside. Dad says you're asking Mom weird questions about her college years. What's you digging for? I'd probed Mom's past after the test, thinking I was subtle. Just curious, I said. He scoffed. Stop stirring drama. The family has order. Don't break it. His echo of Dad's tone was chilling. Order. You mean a system where my work's dismissed? Cousin Emma interrupted, sensing tension. And we moved to dinner. The dining room's grandeur mahogany table. Stern portraits felt like our family, imposing, impersonal. I was seated far from Dad, between Emma's husband and a junior associate. Nathan sat near Dad, Lily buffering. Mom was at the far end, close yet distant. Dad's toast began. Welcome to our reunion. I've built a legacy through my family. He praised Nathan's projects and Lily's charity work, his gaze skipping me. Family success follows proven paths, he said, eyeing me pointedly. When Mom mentioned my promotion, he pivoted to markets, erasing her effort. His questions to me were traps. Your firm's local focus limits growth. Right or your promotion followed the Carter Project Nathan's contact. Wasn't it I corrected? Our global team uses my designs, and Carter was a competitive bid. Lily winced at each jab. By dessert. Dad's bourbon loosened his restraint. Clara's still single, a guest noted kindly. Dad cut in. Clara's too busy proving herself to build anything real. Family takes compromise, Bennett women get that, but not her. His cruelty stung, implying my career masked personal flaws. Mom gasped. William, but he pressed on, mocking my boring suitors. I sipped water, hand steady despite the pain. I value results, as you've taught, I said calmly. My results stand. Silence followed, guests uneasy. As Dad stood for his final speech, the room hushed. I'm proud of what we've built, he said, praising Nathan and Lily, their roles clear in his vision. Then his gaze hit me, eyes narrowing. I'm proud of all my children, he declared, pausing for effect. Except the loser at this table. Laughter broke the shocked silence. Guests assuming a joke. Some chase titles. Not substance, he added, targeting me. True success builds on family, not ego. Mom paled. Nathan smirked. Lily looked horrified. Emma touched my arm, but I was numb. The envelope's weight now a lifeline. Dad's words confirmed the test. I was never his. I stood, dress smoothed, voice clear. Thank you, Father, for that speech. I've spent 35 years chasing approval you'd never give, standards shifting when I neared them. Today, I see why. The room stilled. Mom alarmed, Dad's face darkening. I graduated top of Berkeley, built a career alone, and became my firm's youngest design director. Not a loser by any measure. But your success demands conformity, reflecting your glory, not my own. I pulled the envelope from my bag. I bought you a cart, hoping to bridge our gap. I blame myself for your coldness, thinking I failed. The problem's in my DNA. Gasps circled as I placed the envelope on the table. For you, Dad. Happy birthday. I walked out, back straight, through the foyer's chaos, to the cart. Its key chirped, and I drove off. Dad's figure in the doorway clutching the opened envelope, shouting silently as the engine hummed. The estate faded in the rear view, its hold loosening. A lightness spread, not joy, but freedom from his approval's pull. Calls flooded in Lily. Nathan, Mom, but I silenced them, needing to see the fallout without engaging. At a Seattle hotel, I reviewed messages. Lily's texts shifted from, "What was that?" to "Dad's lost it." Mom's shut down. Mom's voicemails begged, "The test's wrong. Come back." Nathan demanded the cart's return, claiming defamation. Lily called, hushed. Dad read the test aloud, then screamed for Mom. "She's locked away." He saw the cart gone and broke. "Is it true?" I confirmed. "Yes." "He's not my father." She asked, "Who is?" I said. The test only rules Dad out, but Mom's reaction points to someone before him. She whispered, "How long's he known?" "Always," I said. "It explains everything." She ended, "I love you, Clara. This changes nothing between us." Mom texted late, "I never meant you to learn this way. It was someone before William in college. He married me to give you his name. He tried to love you. I failed you by hiding it." Can we meet her words? Recast Dad as both cruel and burdened. Mom as trapped by choices. I didn't reply. Exhaustion, winning. The next day, I met Mom at a quiet cafe. She looked raw, no matriarch mask. His name was Daniel Pierce. She said, "We met at Berkeley, him in engineering. My parents banned it, pushing William, the right match. I found out I was pregnant after Daniel left. William offered marriage for my family's ties," she admitted. "You have Daniel's curiosity, his defiance. William saw another man's child." I asked, "Why didn't you shield me?" Her grief spilled. "I failed you. I thought you were strong, that you didn't need his approval. I was wrong." I emailed Daniel Pierce, found via records. His reply was kind, shocked. "Opened a meeting in San Francisco next month. I see you're in architecture." He wrote, "Coffee. If you're ready," his respect soothed wounds. Work grounded me. My boss requested me for a major project. My design's in demand. William's lawyer demanded the cart back, citing defamation. I arranged its return, noting DNA isn't slander. Nathan stayed silent. Lily called daily, our bond growing. "Dad controlled us all," she said. "I'm sorry I didn't fight for you." 6 months later, my life had reshaped. Therapy untangled approval-seeking, letting me value my work for its impact. Mom and I built honesty. Her perfection shed. I met Daniel in San Francisco, his mirrored traits, my analytical spark comforting. We connected slowly, no instant bond, but shared passions laid a foundation. At Lily's Thanksgiving, William stayed away, his rejection now pity, not pain. Mom called, "I'm proud of you, Clara, for your resilience, your truth." Her unconditional words healed. The cart was sold. Funds invested in my future, not approval. I redirected energy to relationships that fed me, work I loved, a life of fulfillment, not performance. The journey wasn't smooth, but it trended toward healing. Quiet mornings brought peace, my worth unquestioned, achievements mine. Paternity's mystery faded against chosen values, love and truth. Have you found family beyond blood share? How you've claimed your worth? Like subscribe and share to remind someone their value doesn't need validation. Thanks for listening. Sometimes power means leaving those who never earned it.